I want to take a turn now to Toronto, where Ontario Premier Doug Ford publicly scolded partygoers over what happened this weekend in Brampton. Police were forced to break up several parties, including one that had at least 200 people in attendance. The CBC's Megan Fitzpatrick was following those comments from the Premier. She joins us from Toronto with some more reaction. Hey, Megan, great to see you. Tell me a bit more about these parties, what we know, and what we heard from the Premier.
Yeah, well, there were some images circulating on social media of this one party on Saturday night that had an estimated 200 people there. And apparently the host even put up high fencing to try and shield the party from the neighbors. They had hired security and valet drivers to park the cars all over the neighborhood, it looked like. And there was also another party at a different residence, apparently all weekend. And there was even a shooting outside that residence early this morning. 4 people shot. They all survived. So multiple parties. The police had a busy weekend in Brampton, and Premier Doug Ford clearly not happy about this. He was asked in his daily briefing about these parties. He said that they're disappointing, that they're reckless. He called the host of the party on Saturday night and everyone that chose to go to the party yahoos. Here's more of the Premier.
You have the money for valet parking, you have the money to extend your fence up in the air. Guess what? You have a $100,000 fine, and I'd throw everything in the book at you right now. Well, people are struggling. You got healthcare workers working around the clock to protect us. You have the police protecting, emergency services. You have everyone in the province sitting there bending over backwards. And we've got a bunch of jokers out there that think it's no problem. Go out there and hold the party. I've never seen anything like it. You think the cheese slipped off the cracker with these people? Like, they just don't get it. Like, come on. We're all in this together.
And Vashi, Premier Ford said he spoke to Brampton Mayor Patrick Brown this morning. Patrick Brown wrote on Twitter that charges have been laid in relation to at least one of those parties. And you heard the Premier there say the maximum fine under the act that they were charged is $100,000. Patrick Brown tweeting that reckless behavior is expensive. Now, Premier Ford and Health Minister Christine Elliott were both noting that the city of Brampton is in Peel region, which is one of the 3 regions left in Ontario that is stuck in phase 2 of the province's reopening. So social gatherings are supposed to be limited to 10 people maximum, not 200, and people still have to maintain their physical distance from each other. Christine Elliott calling this behavior irresponsible and pleading with people to follow the public health rules.
Yeah, it's interesting. I heard a number of the questions to the Premier on this, and you know, in particular, questions about the number of almost public scoldings on certain issues, but whether or not they're willing to look at, or they will have to look at, in conjunction with some of the spikes we've seen across the province, rolling back some of the reopening or things along those lines. They didn't seem really willing to go there yet. What can you tell us about the latest numbers across the province, and of course that fear of what we've seen in other provinces, a more pronounced spike?
Yeah, well, the numbers in Ontario today were 119 new cases. And again, Vashi, when you look at who's getting COVID-19, it is young adults. 76 of those 119 cases are people between the ages of 20 and 39. And if you look at where they're coming from, again, Windsor-Essex leads the way in Ontario with 40 new cases there. Again, the migrant workers, the farms down there continue to be a problem. Only 4 new cases in Peel, as I mentioned, where the city of Brampton is. And the province's chief medical officer was asked today if these parties in Brampton over the weekend might determine their decision on Wednesday about whether to move Peel region into phase 3. She said they are looking at the bigger picture and the trends, but all the health officials saying these parties certainly don't help the situation.
All right, really appreciate all the information and the update, Megan. Thank you. The CBC's Megan Fitzpatrick for us from Toronto. Hi, I'm Vashi Capellos, host of Power in Politics. See more of our show by subscribing to the CBC News channel or click the link for another video.